Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about linguistics. Okay, first of all, we are going to study what is linguistics. Okay, so linguistic can be defined as the scientific or systematic study of language. Like you can say it is a science in the senses that it scientifically studies the rules, systems, and principles of human languages. Okay, and then linguistics is guided by three canons of science: extiveness, okay, and then consistency, and then economy, okay. And then linguistic has two main purposes. So why we study linguistics? One is that it studies the linguistic studies the nature of language and try to establish a theory of language and describe languages in the light of theory established. Like we can take the example of behaviorism. And then there is other thing is that it examines all the forms of languages in general, seek a scientific understanding of the ways in which it is organized to fulfill the needs it's serving and the functions it performs in human life. Okay, so second thing is like we can take this as a dialect. For example, different variations. Like if we talk about gender sometime in the language there's one word for female and another for male, like these, or we can say there's one language for male and one another language for female, so it's just like this. So we can also analyze this, or we can check the usage of these languages, using the words, different words for different things. Okay, then we will talk about linguistic versus traditional grammar. Okay, prescriptivism or descriptivism. First, linguistic describe languages and does not lay down rules of correctness. Okay, means it describes the linguistic, describes the language, and it is interested what is said, not what they think ought to be said. So they are often said to be descriptive, not prescriptive. A second important way in which linguistics differ from traditional grammar is that linguistics regard the spoken language as primary, not the written. It is believed that speech came into being first for any human language and the writing system came along much later. Thirdly, traditional grammar is based on Latin and it tried to impose the Latin categories and structure on the other languages, while linguistics describe each language on its own merits. Okay, then why we study linguistics? Okay, for student of language, for teacher of foreign languages, and for researcher. Okay, then there is many, like we can say explanation here. You can see. Okay, and then we will study scope of linguistic. What is scope of linguistic? Like microlinguistic and macrolinguistic. Microlinguistic have phonetics, phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, and pragmatics. And macrolinguistic includes sociolinguistic, psycholinguistic, neurolinguistic, stylics, stylistics, discourse analysis, computational linguistic, cognitive linguistic, applied linguistic. And then there's phonetic is a scientific study of speech sounds. Phonology is the study of how speech sound function in a language. Okay, then morphology is the study of formation of words. It is a branch of linguistics which break words into morphemes. It can be considered that the grammar of words as syntax is the grammar of sentences. Then microlinguistics, syntax deal with the combination of words into phrases, clauses, sentence. Then semantic is branch of linguistics which is concerned with the study of meaning in all its formal aspects. Then pragmatics can be defined as the study of language and use. It deals with the how speakers use language in ways which cannot be predicted from linguistic knowledge, along and how hearers arrive at the intended meaning of speaker. Like pragmatics is equal to meaning and semantics. Okay, so it's both connected with meaning, and we can say language and use. Okay, so and then social linguistic relationships between language and society, how social factors include the structure and use of language. Psycholinguistic is the study of language and mind, the mental structure and process which are involved in the acquisition, comprehension, and production of language. Neurolinguistic is the study of language processing and language representation in the brain. It typically studies the disturbance of language and comprehension and production caused by the damage of certain areas of the brain. Macrolinguistic statistics is the study of how literary effects can be related to linguistic features. Okay, it's usually referred to written language, including literary texts. Okay, discourse analysis or text linguistics is the study of relationship between language and the context in which language is used. It deals with how sentences, spoken and written language from larger meaningful unit. Computational linguistics is an approach linguistics which employ mathematical techniques. Okay, then cognitive linguistics is an approach to the analysis of natural language and focus on language as an instrument for organizing, processing, and conveying information. Applied linguistics is primarily concerned with the application of linguistic theories, methods, and findings. Okay, so sorry I made this video as boring. So if you want to make me in any other language, you can comment. I know almost 4 languages. I'm multilingual. So just comment, like, share, subscribe.